Welcome to the Verdict Zone. Today, we're diving deep into a story that's about so much more than a car repair bill. It's about value, respect, and the hidden costs of a so-called family discount. This is the case of the family discount, and it exposes the painful truth about what happens when your relationship is barely tolerated, but your professional skill is expected for free. It's a classic tale of a conflict brewing just beneath the surface, waiting for the right moment to explode. Our story centers on a skilled mechanic and his girlfriend. The girlfriend's brother-in-law, let's call him the BIL, needed his car serviced. Now, this BIL has a history. A long history of making condescending, sneering comments about the mechanic. Little jabs about his style, his background, his profession, all designed to signal that he, the BIL, was somehow superior. Despite this history of disrespect, the mechanic, being a good partner to his girlfriend, agrees to do the work. He pours his expertise into the job, spending hours ensuring everything is perfect. He treats the car with the kind of professional care he gives every vehicle that comes into his shop. The job is done flawlessly. After the repair, the couple meets the BIL and his wife. The atmosphere is warm, friendly even. The work is praised. And then comes the bill. The mechanic, wanting to keep the peace and do a favor for family, had already given a massive discount. He was only charging for the parts and a very modest labor fee, a fraction of what it would have cost at any professional garage. But the moment the labor fee was mentioned, the warmth vanished. The BIL was outraged. He argued he should only have to pay for the parts. The implication was clear: his time, his skill, his professional labor, was worth nothing. This is where the conflict ignites. The BIL's sense of entitlement was staggering. He believed that the family connection entitled him not just to a discount, but to free, expert labor. The argument escalated quickly, and it got ugly. The couple was then told not to visit the family home. And that's the cruelest part: the BIL and his wife used access to their new baby, the couple's nephew, as leverage. A tool for emotional blackmail. You upset us, so you don't get to see the baby. This isn't just a petty squabble over a few $100s. This is a perfect storm of disrespect. Let's break down what we call the disrespect equation. It starts with chronic personal disparagement, those little insults and put-downs over the years. Then, you add a demand for professional skill. Suddenly, the person you look down on has something you need. Finally, you add the expectation of free labor. The sum of these parts? An explosive, relationship-shattering confrontation. For the next few minutes, we're going to unpack the layers of this fight. What is the mindset of this brother-in-law? He clearly sees the mechanic's labor as a lesser, unworthy cost. Why? Because of his own snobbery. He values his own white-collar world and looks down on the skilled trades. In his mind, physical work, even highly skilled work, isn't real work that deserves financial compensation, at least not from him. It's something you should just do for family. Then there's the use of the baby as emotional leverage. This is a particularly nasty tactic. It transforms a financial dispute into a deep, personal wound. It's a power play designed to punish and control. By withholding access to a family member, especially an innocent child, the BIL is communicating that the couple's feelings, their relationship with their nephew, are secondary to his own financial demands. It's a move that says, my wallet matters more than your heart. And finally, we have to look at our subject's breaking point. The girlfriend had spent years defending her partner, swallowing her pride, and trying to maintain peace in a family that clearly didn't respect her choice of partner. After this final insult, she reportedly unleashed years of pent-up frustration. But was her outburst a justified defense of her partner's worth and her own dignity? Or did it unfortunately sink to the level of the insults she'd been forced to endure for so long? Where is the line between standing up for yourself and just adding more fuel to a toxic fire? To help us understand this dynamic, we spoke with Dr. Annabelle Reed, a psychologist who specializes in family conflict. She talks about the concept of covert contempt. She explained that in many families, disrespect isn't always loud and aggressive. It's often subtle, a pattern of backhanded compliments, dismissive gestures, and jokes that aren't really jokes. This covert contempt slowly erodes a person's sense of belonging and worth within the family unit. The request for a professional service, especially for free, often acts as a trigger. It brings this hidden contempt out into the open. The person being asked is forced to confront a painful reality: you don't respect me as a person, but you have no problem using my skills when it benefits you. This contradiction is what makes the situation so inflammatory. We also talked to Marcus Thorne, a small business ethics expert who has written extensively on the friend and family discount dilemma. He pointed out that this issue is rampant, especially in the skilled trades like mechanics, plumbers, and electricians. There's a societal bias that devalues blue-collar work. People who would never dream of asking their lawyer or accountant friend to work for free will think nothing of asking their mechanic brother-in-law to spend a Saturday under their car for the cost of parts alone. Thorne says it's a fundamental failure to respect that time, expertise, and physical effort are valuable commodities. He advises professionals to have a clear policy for family and friends from the start. A discount is a gift, not an obligation. And a gift that is demanded isn't a gift at all, it's exploitation. This brings us to our moral judgment to ponder. This situation forces a really difficult question: when does accepting a deeply discounted service from someone you look down upon cross the line from being a smart deal into an act of exploitation? Is there a point where the personal disrespect you show someone disqualifies you from receiving their professional generosity? And perhaps more fundamentally, does a family connection erase the basic human respect of valuing another person's time and expertise? Or should it, in fact, amplify it? Shouldn't we be the most willing to support and value the work of the people we claim to love? Think about it. The brother-in-law wasn't just asking for a favor, he was demanding a subsidy for his own life, paid for by the time and skill of a man he didn't even respect. He wanted the benefit of the relationship without offering any of the reciprocity or decency that a real relationship requires. This case is a powerful reminder that respect is the currency of all healthy relationships, both personal and professional. When that currency is devalued, the entire relationship is bankrupt. The girlfriend's reaction, while explosive, becomes understandable. It wasn't just about the money. It was about years of watching the person she loves be diminished. The repair bill was simply the final straw, the undeniable proof that to her family, her partner was not a person to be respected, but a resource to be used. The final verdict here isn't about who should have paid what. The verdict is on the character of someone who would weaponize a baby to win an argument about a car repair. That's a moral failure of the highest order. Setting boundaries with family is some of the hardest, most important work we will ever do. If you believe in defending the worth of your partner, your profession, and your own peace of mind, you need to be part of this conversation. Subscribe and hit the notification bell for the Verdict Zone. We deliver verdicts on the conflicts where love, money, and respect collide every single day. Know your worth. Subscribe now.